Second coyote in this set. 7 coyotes caught in that set. 9 coyotes caught at this location. Unbelievable. Okay, let's get another set remade here. What a phenomenal location though. 9 coyotes taken out of 2 sets, 7 in 1. This is the second. And RJ set. I really like the new products. It creates a digging sensation. Obviously I have quite a few coyotes here. There's no getting around that. But we want to take, because the set itself is being compromised, so we want to do what we can to build it back up, to offer good guiding. There we go. All right. Good to kind of get that kind of reestablished first. It's good to get that reestablished first, just based on, otherwise we'll be missing the coyotes. And I don't know, 12, 14 inches down. I'm going to try to go a little lower. Excuse me. In this remake, I want to make it so the coyotes, if they come in from the side, it doesn't make sense to them to work the set the way I want. So by going deeper, I have them where I want them. That pretty much took care of that. Boy, I got lucky on that. My quick link came apart, but it didn't lose the coyote. They're not easy to come out, but it is compromised. I did see that. I had it tight. The other thing I do is I check to make sure that after I catch a coyote, I still have my trap tags on the trap. Want to stay legal at all costs. Okay. Make sure my night latch is good. It is. Problem with corn stalks is they will blow in to your set and fill them up. Yesterday, I went around these and my sets were compromised due to the high winds we had. All right. Pull out my hammer here and notch it out a little more. Very good. Let's try that. A little more. I am using a number 2 size trap. Kendall's Jr. Kendall Obermeyer's No BS Jr. And for these dirt holes. And I really like them. They're getting good pad catches, cut slightly above the pad. And that makes it, and they're committed to where I put the trap. Taking some of this loose dry dirt, pack it in. Give them just you tell them in these dirt holes where to step. I did one yesterday where I showed where the coyote just walks, you know, how I pack it in and how low it is. I'm a good 4 inches down. This one's probably only about 3 right now, but I have good guiding. Let me get a pan cover here. Pan covers are going quick on this trip. Oop, 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 oop. They have to use a different pan cover. There we go. Got the right one now. I have more in the truck. That's one of the things we don't want to leave without. And in this wind, I always have a little bit of dirt already in place. I'll slide this underneath my jaw, my loose jaw. There we go. Beautiful. And make sure everything's tucked in to where it needs to be, and it is. With step downs, getting it packed tight isn't quite as important, but I like it. It gives me self-confidence, right? When you leave a set, you want to know that everything's going to work. And if you leaving excuses, well, you shouldn't do that. Pile up the slag right there. I'm going to find my pan center, and I'm going to pack around it. All right. I'm building up a ridge. And last but not least, just a little bit of a covering, because I uncovered that pan a little bit. All right. So the next thing is take some small sticks or whatever and poke them where you don't want them to walk. Tell them where not to step. Here's some, nothing too fancy, just outlining the areas you say, no, I don't want you here. Yeah. Find me a good stick. There we go. Just needed one. That's it. Ready for bait and lure now. The hard part is the original dig in this set, but it's so explosive. I had a rancher who used to be a trapper himself that we're trapping on. We had a double yesterday, and he looked at my set and he says, well, you're certainly earning your peanuts. And I said, yeah, we are, but you know, I'm using about that much, sticking it way down there in the bottom of the hole. That's where we want the odor. But you know, it's so explosive, this set. You know, if they don't smell it, they'll see it. Put that down there, and I have a lure right here that is another test lure. I don't even have a name yet. But Jason Vance out there in Maine, he's helped me a lot with the testing, and I'm giving him the privilege of naming this lure. He says it's working well for him. My set is done. I'm going to get the camera and show it to you. So if you can see it, these are my guiding right here. I know it's hard. And of course I got my bait nice and low down in the hole there. But all together, this set really stands out. Not as much as it did because it's got the stalks, but it still stands out. And I have my other set right there that was untouched. I don't even have any tracks right there leading into it. I might clean out a corn stalk out of it, but other than that, nice coyote, number 9 at this location. Understand the importance of this. I got coyote tracks walking right there, but look at this. I got a wheat field, cornfield, wheat field, new wheat, easy walking on the new wheat. A lot of happening right here, an awfully lot happening. So great location. I think I can stick a camera up here. Maybe a good spot to watch an animal get caught. So let's give that a shot. This is great. All right. So I got kind of a coyote digging here. Now I have a lot of badger holes behind me, and this could easily be a badger in a couple of days. But let me dig out this hole, and one already started to dig here, whether it was a badger or a coyote. I don't know. But we want to make this set nice and big. And we're going to watch to see how the coyotes react to these new odors. The odors are designed to make them want to dig. The set design is one way. And it's designed to make them find it. Wind is coming like this currently. It could very well later on be coming like this. So this is kind of southwest right now, but I'm using what was kind of already starting to be dug just to save me a little bit of digging. Coyotes are walking right where I'm kneeling, so they're already here. I just put in 2 sets down at a slag area. Not that I don't want to catch them there, but it'd be cool to see them on there. So let's hope if there's only one coyote coming through, I hope he comes here first. A lot of good dirt, making it pretty impossible for them to work the set any other way than the way I want. Pull this up. Let's go and get our hammer and let's dig this out now. This is pretty loose dirt, making it impossible for them to work it. I'm going to go ahead and build this up before I get too far along. This gives it the impression of it even being deeper than what it really is, right? That's what we're doing. I'm going to give that coyote access behind the set and to the left. The dog side of the trap is to the right, so I want to make that area kind of heavily guided. You know, there's a purpose. There's a purpose for everything we do in trapping. I'm just not using a lure to use a lure. I'm using a lure because I'm expecting a reaction. I'm making a set designed to get based on their habits, and I'm making an offer that they have to work. I'm making an offer that if he wants this high quality baits and lures of mine, he's got to work it my way. Again, I'm about 8 inches down, and there we go. I think I got it. I think it's visible. I think that a mouse could find this set at a quarter mile. Now, let's see if I need to clean out my trap. That looks pretty good. Boy, that sun. I'll make sure it's clean, and it is. We can drive it home. There we go. Pull back. Make sure my notch is clean. Make sure everything is good. My pan tension on my trap pan. Now all I gotta do go ahead and level it. There we go. It needs to be cleaned out a little bit. Just my trap jaws won't quite lay down. Very good. I think this is going to be a fabulous catch here. It's down about 5 inches on this one. It's going to be very committed to the set. Come on the back side, do the same thing. But when a coyote comes into this set, it's not going to know what hit him. That's what you want. All right. Let's put a pen cover in it. And the sifter. Putting the slag where we don't want them to walk, right? There we go. Let's go ahead and find that pan center and poke in that dirt leading up to that trap, over the spring levers and all that. Tell them where you want them to step by dishing that out. Pull that dirt up over the other spring lever. I got a little too much dirt here. Kind of filling up my hole. Very good. Good. Several of you trappers are using this set this year and having a lot of success. I really believe more people ought to be talking about this set. I say that because how many sets can go out there and be so visible? A big hole set in a flat field. I know many of you are catching using this set. You know, back in the 70s, a lot of trappers used spades. And then trappers got tired of using them. Everything went small. You know, I'm talking about the coyote trappers. Okay. Jason Vance, this is the lure that you're supposed to name for me. And I gave it a good teaspoon in this case. The offer says to come and dig this out. I'm going to use some guiding there, some subtle guiding where I don't want them to step. There's certain spots we don't. So here we are. There's an RJ set sitting there right in front of my truck. There's kind of the tailings, grassy edge, and here we are along the edge of the crop circle. And I always say trails are everywhere. And in this case, you can see those coyote tracks walking right down between the wheat. He's telling me, in this case, I don't need a showy dirt hole set. He's already right here. All I need to do is slow him down. A trail set, mafia set. Let's put this one together, guys. But what a great trail in a cropland scenario. Okay, So we're gonna make a trail set in crop ground. We all have this. I've trapped too many places and found trails all over the United States. So he's telling me he's walking right here. So we're gonna go ahead and do what we always do with a walkthrough set. And that's give us some dry dirt. The next thing, let's go ahead and dig out our trap bed. New wheat is planted everywhere. Whether I was in Virginia, North Carolina, got more of your cereal like barley and stuff in the Dakotas. This type of crop is ideal to set in. It's not the new wheat they're interested in. It's the cover behind me. It's the cover behind the camera. They're just hunting the edges. This is easier walking. That's why it's easy for us to find where they're walking. It's just a location issue. All right, let me go ahead, pound my stake in. We're going to use a corn stalk out here as our attraction. We could just do a mafia, but whoop, hard ground. I've been pounding a lot of stakes and my arms are getting tired. So my aim is getting bad. No excuses. Check your pan tension, and I'm not happy with that, so let me make an adjustment. This particular trap to me seems to want to go off if it's too loose, so I just want enough tension. We can go overboard too. I want just enough tension to hold it up. There we go. That's enough. Clean out my notch and make sure my night latch, and it is. I'm getting old enough that I'm using my knee as a helper. I don't have to have setters yet, but I ain't that far from it. All right. You know, I think I can fix that a little bit better. There. Now my trap's just a little bit lower. Packing everything in. The nice thing about flat sets, if you can find where they're walking, there is no reason to put a dirt hole set in. Not when you can just ambush them, and that's exactly what this is. It's an ambush spot. I don't care if you're in timber country. Check out your log loading decks. You'll find trails where they're walking up to that and different things like that. My trap is solid. Get out my pan cover. That's the small pan cover for my smaller trap. There we go. Put a little dirt on it to hold it down. I heard from a trapper that, and I hope he's watching, he told me he started doing his first trail sets this year and said he had opened up, I believe he said it opened up a whole new world. I don't mean to take, it opened up, I think it was something about just a whole new tool. I think that's how he put it. Trail sets to me is the woofer set. There's my pan. Pack it in. in. I swept it back over, you've seen me. I sweep it over my jaws and fill that area in. Everything is solid that way. Okay. Before I do it, let's go and put my scent post in. What I'm going to use as an attractor. I can smear my gland lure on it. So now why am I using a corn stalk here? I got a lot of corn behind me, but by having the corn stalk here, what it does is adds contrast to this green area. So having it kind of out of place, as Bill Nelson would say, I'm kind of creating a salient feature. There we go. It's not a perfect salient feature, but it's a salient feature. All right, sweeping it out. Now I know, because I'm making a scent post, now I know right where pan center is. I got to make sure you put your attractor in before you cover it, and I've done that a million times. All right, swooping it up, sweeping it out, and starting away. Get rid of the slag. Sweep it out, make it big. So that aids the set in. I'm going to put some scat upwind. Right there. Some gland lure. Here's some high hills gland. Smear it at the base of your visual attractor. What are you telling them to do here? You're telling them to lift a leg. Telling them to urinate. All baits and lures have a purpose. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to dig? Do you want them to urinate? Do you want them to roll or rub? Gland lures, and this gland lure especially, is designed to get them to whoa out of that 3.4 mile an hour step and take that extra step or two right here on our trap. I'll get the camera, and we'll take a look at it. So there we are. Get my light out of it. This is how it's going to look coming down that area. Kind of stands out. That's important. All right, we got ourselves a trail set in a crop ground scenario.